Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Live with Colorado Beef. I'm Chef Jason Morse for my friends at the Colorado Beef Council, and thank you for joining us tonight. We have a really cool live for you tonight. We are going to talk a little bit about holiday entertaining because we know you've got guests in town, and we know that you have friends, family, maybe those college students came back to hang out with you for the weekend, and we're going to help you with two absolutely amazing recipes to help you feed your guests, to feed your college students. Cool thing too, lots of protein to help feed maybe your college athletes that are home as well. Once again, I'm Chef Jason for my friends at the Colorado Beef Council. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. A couple housekeeping notes for you. Please make sure you leave your questions and comments in the chat section. We will always come back and get those answered for you. And then don't forget, if you are looking for more amazing beef tips, advice, and that Colorado beef locator map that will show you where to get local beef for your fridge, freezer, belly, be sure to visit my friends at the Colorado Beef Council at their website. Go to cobeef.com, cobeef.com, Colorado Beef Council website. You can head over there, grab a lot of tips, advice, and amazing things, as well as that beef locator map to help you find local Colorado beef. It's getting into the cold weather months, and I'll tell you, our ranchers and producers are out there working hard to take care of their animals and make sure that everybody is happy, healthy, and well cared for. And I want to say thank you. We appreciate that. While we are all enjoying our warm fireplaces and things, we know that those ranchers and producers are out there working hard to keep that Colorado beef in the grocery stores, fridges, freezers, bellies, all that good stuff. Two very fun recipes tonight, both designed to help us feed our in-town guests. One of them I'm very excited about. I really like this a lot because I have the links for you in the description section where you can grab all these. You can also head over to beefitswhatsfordinner.com. If you head over there, beefitswhatsfordinner.com, you can grab a ton of recipes. Type in breakfast, type in brunch, type in certain cuts of meat, and it's going to bring up all the available recipes for that. Really cool website, a lot of cool recipes. That's where I grabbed today's recipes. The first one, we're going to do beef and egg breakfast mugs. What I really like about this, you can see we've got a lot of different ingredients in front of us, and these are going to help us with both of our recipes tonight, which is helpful because we are going to use these ingredients across the board for a couple fun breakfast items. But what I really like about the beef and egg breakfast mugs is this. Holidays are here, and we've got festive mugs ready to go. I'm going to make this dish in these mugs with some help along the way by pre-bagging some things to make it a little bit easier. And then all my guests have to do, or I have to do, is literally add an egg, a little bit of water, whisk it, add this into the microwave. Boom, you're going to have a beautiful little egg souffle, if you will. This is great. I think this is very helpful because this takes out of the equation the time that we all don't have. So who's ever the lucky person that drew the straw to do the prep work, you're going to follow along on this recipe. The first thing it's going to ask you to do is take that ground beef and make the beef breakfast sausage. Fantastic recipe with some herbs, spices, a little bit of sage in there. It's going to give you that nice sausage feel or sausage taste. And then go ahead and cool that down completely. And then grab yourself a zipper top bag. And in that bag, I've got some of the bottom of the green onions, so the white part of the green onions. I have green pepper, red pepper, some cheese. I did like a Mexican shredded blend. The cool part is I can portion this out now and make 4 of these, 6 of these, 8 of these, however big or little I want them. And I can wrap these up and put these in the fridge, and they'll store for 2 to 4 days in your refrigerator. Now, the great thing is, let's say my college student that's home sleeps in a little bit late, right? College students tend to sleep in a little bit late. Let's say they get up and they're thinking, I want breakfast. But you've already made breakfast. You are getting ready to start your day, and your student says, I need something to eat. Guess what? They can grab a mug, add an egg, a little bit of water, whisk it, dump a pack into the microwave, and in about 2 minutes or less, they're going to have a really fun, easy breakfast dish. So let's show you how we did it. Again, I've got all the toppings here. I went through and I added first green onions in the bottom. Then I added some green pepper, some red pepper, some cheese, some of that breakfast sausage, and I made my pouch. That is going to be the start of the egg dish. Now, recipe says you can use 1 egg and a tablespoon of water. If you have hardy students and hardy athletes at home that you want to feed, they obviously can bump up that quantity. But you want to make sure you don't exceed the capacity of your mug. So I would always start with a little bit less till you figure out the size of that mug before you add more. First thing you're gonna wanna do is spray your mug, pan spray or whatever you're using. And we'll get in there and give that a little spray. That just helps it so the cheese and the eggs and everything doesn't stick. We'll get in there and add that. All right, next we're gonna take an egg, crack it. Hey, watch out for the shells. Gotta make sure there's no shells in there too, right? Because, otherwise someone's gonna say, is that an egg in my, eggshell in my breakfast? Which you'll respond, yes. Grab a little bit of water. Grab about a tablespoon of water in there. And then, first thing you're gonna do is go ahead and whisk that egg up. Get that egg and get the white and the yolk all mixed. Get that ready to go. Now, from a seasoning standpoint, pick your favorite seasonings. This is great with salt and pepper, great with a barbecue rub. If you want to use one of your favorite barbecue rubs, yeah, I'm just going to go with some salt and pepper today. I think that's going to be the perfect addition to our breakfast. And again, I want to make sure that I'm not over seasoning it, because if you know, in that breakfast sausage, I do have salt, pepper, some sage, all that. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt in here. I'm going to add a tiny bit of pepper, like that. Not too much. I don't want that pepper to be too strong. And then we'll go through and whisk that up again. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this in the microwave. So we're going to put it in the microwave 30 seconds just to give it a little head start. And I want to get that in there. And let's see here. Time cook 30 seconds, and we'll hit start. Now, while that is going, we're basically just going to give that egg a little bit of a head start, right? We want to get it started, get it puffing up just a little bit, and then we'll open up that package that we've made ahead of time, and we will be ready to go, right? And then, after that 30 seconds, we're going to go ahead and add this in, and then we'll pulse it again or microwave it in 30 to 60 seconds intervals just to get everything cooked. But I like to just give it 30-second start. It's done. Let's grab that out, see where we're at. We got a nice little bit of head start on that egg. Oh yeah, you can already see in the cup that we've got a little bit of that egg starting to souffle up, if you will. Now we're gonna go ahead, just like it says, and add our accoutrement. We're gonna add all of our ingredients in there. Like I said, pay attention to how big your mugs are. I believe this is a 14-ounce mug. I went with it a little bit bigger just because I wanted to be able to have more. Now, I'm going to take that partially cooked egg, and I'm just going ahead and mixing in all my ingredients to that egg. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this back in for another 30 seconds real quick just to see where we get after that. Now, cool thing about this recipe, too, is the beef is already cooked. So all we're really doing is cooking the egg. We're heating up the beef. We are melting that cheese, and we are getting it done. And then make sure that you have a mug that is microwave safe. And then some of the mugs that are microwave safe, just so you know, they will get hot on the handle. So just pay attention to that. You can always read the bottom and see if it is microwave safe or not. And then it'll give you a little warning too on the bottom. To let you know that, it may get hot. Just be careful when you grab those. So 30 seconds is up. Let's grab our egg cup out of the microwave. And we're not there yet. We're going to go now for about a minute. So I did 30 seconds. I put it in for another 30 seconds. I just checked it. Not ready. We're going to go ahead and put it in for 1 minute. Now, let's go ahead and start our burner here, because now we're going to get ready to do the breakfast burrito. Super easy breakfast burrito that is fun, is protein packed, and is going to definitely feed a family. Now, on this recipe, one of the things that I like to do is it says to cook the beef and then take the beef out and then cook your veggies. I'm going to do it all at once, right? The best thing about recipes is you get to adjust them, tweak them, kind of make them yours. So I'm actually going to take that. When I'm done cooking the beef, I'm going to leave it in there. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm going to take some of it out because I'm just going to do one burrito. But if you're doing multiple burritos, leave it all in there. Add all of your ingredients in there and to cook it up. So we're going to do that just so we can get everything kind of done at once. It's more of that. I want to cook everything in one pan so I have less to dirty. Now, check it out. If you look in there, you can see that that is starting to set up. So We did 30 seconds initially, another 30 seconds. Now we're sitting right at an additional minute. So right there, still a little bit, the egg is a little bit loose. I'm gonna go in here and just mix this up. Just gonna give it a little stir again. Get everything right where I want it. It smells incredible. I'm gonna cheat and put a little more cheese on top because I like cheese. And now we're going back into the microwave for 30 seconds just to kind of give it a little finish. But literally what, 2 to 3 minutes? And the helpful part of that was having all of these ingredients in that zip top bag, because now it makes it easy for your kids to come down and let's say in 5 minutes or less, breakfast is served, which is always very, very helpful. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. We're going to get the beef cooking. I've just got standard ground beef, 80-20. I went with ground chuck. I like the chuck. That's one of my favorite muscles when it comes to flavor in ground beef. So that's what I went with today. All right. I'm going to heat my pan up just like I did here. And I'm going to get that beef cooking. I'm trying to render off that fat, right? Get that beef cooking, get it started. I'll turn this down just a little bit. Now, pick your favorite rub to go in here. There's a great a collection of ingredients in this recipe to give you kind of that Southwest maybe flair or Mexican flair. So I'm just going to pick a good rub that gives me some of that as well. Maybe some cumin, some garlic, all that good stuff. And we're going to add that in. One of the cool things that I did when prepping this was it gives you some options in the recipe to pick different vegetables. And I went with the same vegetables that I was using in the eggs because guess what? Made shopping a little bit more streamlined. It made my prep a little bit more streamlined. And now I can also prep once, but have enough maybe for a couple days worth of entertaining or feeding everyone breakfast. So I try to like find some ways to consolidate my trip, consolidate grocery shopping, but then also consolidate my prep. All right. So we got that beef going in there. You can cover it if you want. Speed that up just a little bit. I just turned the pan down because I didn't want to get away from me too much. Excuse me. All right, we'll keep stirring that up just a little bit. We've got that pan turned down. Let's go ahead and grab the egg dish, egg cup out of there, and we are perfect, right? Look at this. Exactly what I was hoping for. It is set. It's firm. These eggs are fully cooked. There's nothing runny in here. That's what I'm looking for. I want to make sure there's no runny eggs in here. That right there, perfection. Now, I'm going to let it cool for just a little bit, and you could do anything with it. You could top it however you want. Let's grab a couple pieces of maybe cilantro, and we'll add just a rough chop of cilantro on there. If you don't like cilantro, you could do parsley. You could really do kind of whatever you want. Let's put a little cilantro on there just to get that started. And I haven't tasted it yet, right? So I haven't really tasted it to see if I needed salt or needed pepper. But keep in mind you're adding cheese in there. That cheese is going to have some salt in it. That ground beef that we made does have some seasoning in it as well. So just be cautious, but we're going to let that cook, cool, I should say, for just a minute. And then let's go check our beef. Now, I did use 80-20. I definitely want to drain off some of these drippings that are in here if I need to. So what I'll do here is I'm actually just going to let this run to the side real quick. See if we can get some of those drippings out. I'm going to shut my flame off here real quick. And then what I'll do is I'm going to grab a spoon and just scoop some of the fat out of here. Very easy to do. I have that beef just kind of sitting up at the top there. I'll grab those drippings out, some of that beef fat, and I'll just get that into a bowl. Easy, easy, right? Just bringing my spoon down there, letting all that fat run down. Now I'm going to leave a little bit in the pan because, like I said, I'm going for that one pot cooking today where I just have one pan to dirty. Now, definitely you can adjust this to however you need it to be as far as the recipe goes. I'm going to leave everything in here. I'm going to take advantage of this and make multiple burritos at once. So I'm going to leave put my green onions in there. I'm going to add the green pepper. I'm going to add my red pepper in there. Let's go ahead and add all the peppers in, the red pepper and green. And we've got green onions, and then judge onions accordingly how you think your family reacts to having onion in there. I went with green onion because I just think they taste a little bit better when it comes to breakfast burritos. And then also, I don't cook these until they are mushy. I cook them until they're al dente so that they still have just a little bit of crunch in the pepper. That way it just adds a little bit more texture, I think. A little bit better. Now, I need a bowl, which just dawned on me. I used my one bowl I had for that. So let me grab a bowl. All right, we're going to turn that down a tiny bit. Now what we'll do is let's go ahead and crack our eggs into the bowl. And we're going to we'll do 8 eggs in here. See if we can get that to fit. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. We're going to add our eggs in here. Get this all mixed up. And we'll get one more out of the back here. One of the interesting things I always think when I make burrito stuffing, and that's what we're kind of calling this, or that burrito filling, you can absolutely get that burrito filling cooked and then hold it in the refrigerator, let it cool. And then the next time you need it, you can easily heat it back up and add it into your burrito, or mix your burrito and then microwave your burrito or cook it in the oven to warm that burrito up. That makes it easy, 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 right? Do your ingredients all at once. You leave everything in a bowl, uncovered, let it cool. Then the next time you need it, it is literally scoop and serve easy, which that's helpful. I think that's super helpful. All right, we've got peppers popping and splattering here. Let's see what we've got. All right, looks like everything's cooking in here nicely. I'm not going to get too hot on the, let's set that guy there. I'm not going to get too hot with the pan because I don't want the eggs to burn when I add them in. I just want them to slowly cook. And remember, we took out a good amount of fat, so we're going to want to go a little bit less heat so that they don't stick to the pan because we don't have a ton of fat, even though I have one of those funky, cool, non-stick-ish pans. We still don't want to give it a chance to stick. So just going in and mixing these up, making sure we get the egg yolk and the egg white incorporated nicely. And now I'm going to pour them into the pan. All right, and then we'll just give it a chance to start cooking a little bit. You know, I should have had a dirty dish rack bin back here today, but apparently I chose to not to. So now we're just going to go through and start mixing that beef into the eggs and the eggs into the beef, and then we're just going to leave it alone for a second. Let that cook. We want those eggs to get nice and firm as well. And then let's do this, you guys. Let's move all this stuff out of here. I'll set everything down that way. I've got my salt and pepper if I need it. I have cilantro. Let's give our board a quick wipe here. Now what I'm going to do is go through, and I picked spinach tortillas today. This is a garden spinach and herb tortilla. I picked those just to add a little Christmas flair, if you will, because it's the holidays, right? So I thought that'd be kind of fun to do a little bit of entertaining with the holidays and having a little bit of green in my tortillas. So let those guys sit out for just a little bit. You can also pop those in the microwave real quick and warm them up. They will wrap easier once they are warmed up a little bit. So give that some consideration as well. If you have a gas stove range, you can easily warm them up over the flame real quick just to get some of the chill off of them. Or like I said, pop them in the microwave real quick and they wrap super, super easy. All right, cooking this up nice. Again, if you wanted to, you could almost steam these, put the lid on there and let those eggs kind of steam a little bit. I want to mix everything in. I want to get it well incorporated. I like everything kind of in one. I wanted the eggs to be just a little bit smaller. I didn't want big fluffy pieces, which you are not bad. You absolutely can do that, but I wanted to be still a little bit different. All right, let those guys finish up. I like to keep them in a thin layer in the pan just so that they can finish. Grab some gloves here. Apologies, I have the sniffles. I'm not really sure what's going on, but call it winter allergies or whatever you want to call it. But all right, now get your gloves on because you are going to be rolling everybody's breakfast burrito. So I like to have my hands not in everybody's breakfast burrito. All right, and that is good to go. Now those are fully cooked. We are done. I will. If I'm just making this today for today, I'll go straight from the pan right into my burritos, serve them, everybody's good. if I'm going to use that again, maybe I'm just making one burrito and I'll leave the rest for later. I will take out what I need, cool the rest of that down. So let's go like this. Little pile of cheese right in the middle, like that. Then, let's go this way here. Go ahead and grab that over here. Spread that out, make kind of a little line in the middle. And we'll add that. Still haven't seasoned it, right? Haven't added anything to it yet other than what we put in the beginning. But let's go ahead and test it and just see what it tastes like. I like it. Now, let's say you taste it and you think, man, I don't like that. It needs a little bit more seasoning. What I will do is take the rub that I used in there, or whatever seasoning I made, if I'm following the recipe, sprinkle a tiny little bit on top, and I'm good to go. Couple other things that you could do with this. There's a really nice lime cilantro crema that's built into the recipe that you could make and maybe put a little bit in here. You could put some salsa in there or leave it on the side. So I'm going to wrap side number one, side number two, and I'm going to go ahead now and pull that burrito all the way over. And don't tell anyone if you break it. Just leave it alone. Nobody will ever know. All right, and there you go. You've got a nice, fun breakfast burrito there. So you've got a great option here when it comes to burritos for breakfast. You have a great option when it comes to that egg cup as well. And then a great way to use up that ground beef, which is always important, right? We're always looking for ways to use that up. And this is great too. Let's say you buy the value pack of ground beef at the club store or the grocery store from your local butcher. Great way to utilize that up. And beef stretches, ground beef stretches really, really nice in all of these dishes. So again, you can grab tonight's recipes right down in the description section. I have those loaded there for you. And be sure to follow the Colorado Beef Council on Instagram and Facebook. You'll see today's post that'll have all these recipes in it for you as well. And those are from our friends at Beef It's What's for Dinner. Great website to visit. If you want to head over there, go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com. And then if you're looking for more amazing recipes, make sure you go to cobeef.com. cobeef.com is the Colorado Beef Council website. You can find recipes, advice, more of our videos, other things, including the beef locator map, which will help you find that amazing Colorado beef that you can get from our local ranchers and producers. So a big thanks to our ranchers and producers, because their support of the Beef Council and their support of us allows us to be here hanging out with you. Now, coming up next month, we're going to be talking about some really cool things. We're going to talk about a sports nutrition game plan. Kate Schultz, who is the contract dietitian for Colorado Beef Council, is going to be joining us. We're going to talk about a sports nutrition game plan, because during these winter months when your student athletes are home, we need to feed them. And I'll tell you what, there's some amazing recipes and a really good nutrition plan that you can keep them on during these winter months to keep them well fed and ready to get back into sports action when they return to college after the break is done. So thank you very much. Once again, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Let's go into this egg cup just a little bit. I want to show you that egg cup. This is dinner tonight. Look at that. I mean, hot, delicious, absolutely tasty. Smells incredible. But take it on the road. Absolutely, you could take this on the road with you. Put it in your cup holder or put it on your center console of your car or truck. That's a perfect road trip snack for sure. So once again, I'm Chef Jason from my friends at the Colorado Beef Council. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Have a great holiday season. And then don't forget to tune in December when we talk about sports nutrition game plan. We've got some really cool things and a special guest. She's been here with us before. We love having Kate with us and hanging out, doing some cool things. So thank you. We appreciate it. And have a great holiday season. We will see you in December.